What's up everyone, Brad here from the Money Dad channel. In this video I will be going over the stock charts NIO, Zoom, Alibaba, Fuelcell, Pfizer, Macys, and Sirius XM, and I will have chapters at the bottom of the video so you can click on the timestamps that you want for whichever stock that you're interested in, or stick around for the whole video. Take a look at every single stock that I talk about, because we have trade setups on all of these that suggest price action to one direction or another, so you can make money on all these that we're talking about. Okay, so before I get into those, I just want to say thank you guys so much. Last night I hit 1,000 subscribers. This is my dashboard for YouTube Studio, and you can see at the time of this recording I'm at 1,023. So thank you guys so much for that. That was really special. I stayed up last night and kind of waited for it to hit 1,000 with my wife, and then we cheersed and had a drink together while we were in bed watching, I think, Friends on TV or something, and then I went to sleep because it was pretty late and I had work this morning. So anyway, all that just to say thank you guys so much. I really appreciate each and every one of you, especially those that comment down below with, you know, just all of your thoughts, you know, your questions on stocks, and just saying I mean, every time I get a comment from you guys that says thanks for this or thanks for that, it really honestly truly touches my heart. Like I try to respond to every single comment, because it really does I don't know, it's just really special to me that you guys take the time out of your day to watch my videos and listen to my voice, and I don't know what more to say about it, but it's really special to me, so thank you guys so much. Let's jump into these stocks. Okay, so I've got the S&P 500 pulled up. I just want to show you guys something real quick before we jump into the individual stocks. Today was a little crazy, and I won't get into the politics that are going on right now, but I just want to show you guys that the S&P 500, which is an index for the 500 largest and profitable stocks in the United States, made about 0.5% today, while the Russell 2000, which is small stocks, small caps, made 4% today. That is a massive difference. Usually we see small caps do a little bit better on green days than large caps, and they do a little bit worse than large caps on down days, right? They're more volatile, so they swing heavier in both directions. But this is a massive difference, 4% compared to 0.5%. So I just wanted to point that out. That was really interesting. That caught my eye. I do wonder if we are going to have another very big year for small caps like we did in 2020. If you go and compare large caps to small caps in 2020, it was a very big difference. Usually it's a lot closer than that. Anyway, let's jump into our trade patterns on our stock chart. So the first one is NIO. So why don't we get over to that NIO chart? I talked about this in the last video that I made, kind of like this setup where I talk about a bunch of stocks in one video, and I said I just wanted one more candlestick to close above this bull pennant before I would be ready to jump in, and we had it. We are at 1, 2, 3, 4. Today was a pretty big down day for NIO. We're at -5%, but we closed above the resistance of the top of the bull pennant, and that's really what mattered. And it was almost a sure thing that we were going to, because of this big run up that we had right here. So I'm ready to enter a trade on this one. I think I will tomorrow, as long as I can get to my account and hit that trade button, as long as work doesn't keep me away from it. But the upside here is $74. That is my price target. That we got that by cloning this flagpole right here and just copying it and starting it at the beginning of our new bull run, which starts right there. So that gives us our upside target on this pattern of $74, and this is a bull pennant pattern. That's how we project the upside to it. Okay, so really like NIO going forward here. I see a lot of upside, so if you're a NIO fan, you're gonna like what you see here. Yeah, there's a lot to like here. And checking out the technicals on, I have barchart.com pulled up. I'm really starting to love this website. I started using it as a volume leaderboard, but when you go into each individual stock, you get a ton of great information. You get the fundamentals, but what's really cool is just a really quick summary of what are all the analysts saying about NIO. 7 analysts recommendations right here, and you have a moderate buy overall. That means it's not a consensus, I don't think. I think you probably have like one hold. It's not loading because my computer is so slow, but you probably have like a one hold and Okay, so you got 5 holds and 2 strong buys. So not the greatest recommendations from the analysts, but we don't care about analysts here because we do technical analysis. And this is what matters for technical analysis. They have a technical analysis kind of section right here that just summarizes all of their indicators into one little tiny box. And they have a strong buy based on the technicals, right? The bar chart technical opinion rating is a 100% buy with a strengthening short-term outlook on maintaining the current direction. Long-term indicators fully support a continuation of the trend. The market is approaching overbought territory, so be watchful of a trend reversal. That is a super bullish suggestion from the technical standpoint from barchart.com. So I do really like barchart.com now. I have no affiliation with them. I just started using them for the leaderboards, like I said, but really like how they just kind of summarize the technicals, right? They're really easy for us. So they really like NIO right now from a technical standpoint. I do too. I love this trade pattern setup. Big buy here for me tomorrow going forward, at least up until the $70 range, maybe 74. Okay, that's what I got for NIO. Let's move on to Zoom. Okay, so Zoom, we have a head and shoulders pattern on this. I talked about this last time as well. It's actually 2 head and shoulders patterns. I have 2 necklines drawn here, and we had a pretty big down day for Zoom, which kind of expected. You know, I said in the last one, I wouldn't be surprised if we traced up and touched this neckline and then went down, but we could just go down from here. I mean, this might be it for Zoom. That might have been as high as we get. These 2 little green candlesticks right there, that might be as high as we get for Zoom for a long time. We might just start heading down. So I'm staying far away from Zoom. I want nothing to do with it. If you guys want to short it, you might make a lot of money on this one, but I'm not going to. I'm just going to stay away from it. Super bearish on Zoom. Let's talk about Alibaba because similar things going on there. Alibaba did have a big down day just like Zoom, negative 5%. I also have a head and shoulders on Alibaba, so very similar trade setup. You know, you got your, let me just trace it out real quick for you guys. If you don't know what a head and shoulders is, since I didn't show it on Zoom, I'll show it on this one. You got a shoulder, a head, a shoulder, and then you break down under this neckline. You come back up and touch it, and then you drop to the downside. This is a very bearish trade pattern. It suggests a bull trend comes up and reverses at the head and heads down. Okay, so not looking good for Zoom or Alibaba. We did come up and get pretty close to touching that neckline, and then we had a couple of nice big days for, well, that wasn't a big day, that was a down day actually, even though it's a green candle. This was a big up day yesterday, and then today, big red candle heading straight back down to the downside. So I think we head down from here, and we head down pretty far. I think my price prediction the other day was $185, so pretty low for Alibaba. I want nothing to do with Alibaba, okay? So very bearish on Zoom and Alibaba, very bullish on NIO. Moving along, let's do Fuelcell. I have a open trade on Fuelcell right now. I believe I'm targeting the $16 range, and I have the price projection right here already on the stock, and it's $16.44. So I'll probably get out in the $16 range just to be safe. But we did chop sideways a long time on this one, so it is getting a little wonky, a little strange. But huge update today. You can see 9.8%, nearly 10% up day on Fuelcell. So made a good chunk of money. We're up to that $12.30 range, and I think I got in around $9, right? Because I had a couple of candlesticks here, waited for confirmation. So I think it was right around here that I got in $9, trading at $12.30 now. So you're talking about like a 35% win already, and we're still in it. Very volatile stock. You can see these are massive candlesticks. So we could still see some big down days that will be a little bit worrying, but the general trend is up here. I mean, Fuelcell has just been going parabolic for a long time, right? It's been going straight up. So I think the wind is at our back on this one, and we are going to be looking really nice here within maybe the next week or two. All right, so super bullish on Fuelcell. Let's move on to Pfizer because this one has been kind of annoying, right? We got a lot of Pfizer fans on the channel, and man, we are just waiting for this thing to turn up. This is a super big pattern. I've showed you guys this a bunch of times on the channel. Massive head and shoulders, or reverse head and shoulders. There's your shoulder, there's your head, there's your shoulder, break above, come back, touch the neckline, and then we should head straight up. Now that last part hasn't happened yet, right? Why do I keep doing that? I need to switch over to my grab tool. There we go. That last part hasn't happened yet. We are starting to see kind of a little turn right here, right? If you guys can see this, we came down, we slowed down. Look how hard we came down. And then as we approached that neckline, we started to turn. Now we're chopping sideways. And it almost looks like, I mean, if you just look at it hard enough, we're turning up, right? Man, it would be really nice if we turned up. We'd be shooting to the upside. I think $48 is the price target on this one. Let's go ahead and just measure it real quick just to be certain. You take the depth of the head of the pattern, depth of the head, go up to the neckline, boom, you got $11.43. So we measure from wherever we start our next bull trend, $11.43. Can I get it? 46, close enough. $47.70 would be the price target here, minus a couple of pennies because I didn't quite nail the placement there. But $47.70, I'd probably get out around the $47.50 range, or even $47 if you want to be really conservative and just get out with your profits. But targeting $47 on this, and we're currently trading at $36.87. So a lot of upside on this one. Talking like 30%, something like that. Ton of upside on this one. But we need to start to curl up, and I do think we are starting that curl. I mean, it's super small. It's super small, but we're starting to curl up, right? See that curl up right there? So should start to see some bigger green days for Pfizer in the very near-term future. I think it's going to happen like within the next, week or 5 trading days or something. Should see that. Okay. Let's move on from Pfizer and move over to Macys. Just made a video about Macys last week. It was a giant cup and handle pattern. And look what happened today on Macys. I just made a video on it last week, guys. Last week. I'm gonna delete this squiggle, this yellow line that I wrote because it's kind of in the way. But made this video last week. I said this is the most beautiful handle I've ever seen. The cup is pretty good. You got this one little hump in the middle, but otherwise pretty good for a cup. I mean, these cups aren't very perfect very often. But dang, if that isn't the best handle I've ever seen. Broke out of the handle, was looking super, super good. We got a $16.30 price target on Macys. I think I got in at about $11.50 back here somewhere. And we are now trading at $12.50, so I've made $1 on it already. We were up 10% today, massive green candlestick, and we're still targeting $16.30. I think there's a ton of upside on this one, doing really good on Macys, looking really good. I think we are heading much higher on Macys, guys, so much more profit to be had. You can get into this one if you haven't gotten into it yet. I can't really tell you to do that officially because I'm not a financial advisor. Don't sue me, bro. This is for entertainment purposes only. But I am in this trade and I've made some money with it so far, and I'm still targeting much higher on this one. Okay, that's what I got from Macys, guys. Super bullish on it. Let's move over to Sirius XM for my last one. Ticker is SIRI, SIRI. Made a video on this one pretty while back. It did not do well. There's not a whole lot of Sirius XM fans out there, I guess, but it is an inverted head and shoulders. I love my head and shoulders because they have a very high rate of success. So this is an inverted head and shoulders. You got a shoulder, a head, a shoulder, you break out above the neckline, you drop back to the neckline, you shoot to the upside. I've already shown you guys it a couple of times in this video alone because I love me some head and shoulders. I even use the shampoo. Just kidding, I don't have hair, or else I would. So we have retraced pretty close to the neckline, and again, I did the same thing that I keep doing. Retraced the neckline, got pretty close, didn't touch it, but we had a big up day today for Sirius XM, almost, 4.5% on a stock that doesn't really move a whole lot. I mean, look how big that candlestick is there compared to all these other candlesticks. Pretty big up day. So I do think that this is probably the start of that big upside projection that you would get from a pattern like this. I think we're targeting, I don't remember, so let's just let's go ahead and measure out that head and figure out what this price target is. We are going to get a $1.06 from that right there. So we start that $1.06 from the start of our bull trend. Boom, right there, $1.06. And you get $7.18 is the upside target, and it's currently trading at $6.52. So still got about 70 cents of upside on this stock. So that is what, 10% or yeah, somewhere in that range. So there's still a little bit of money to be made on this one. If you guys want to get into Sirius XM, it's not a popular stock. It did not. The video did not do well on YouTube anyway, but had a pretty good chunk of volume today. Look at these volume bars. It's been pretty active over the last 3 days compared to what we have seen in the past. So this volume has been just kind of dwindling down a little bit, and now we have these 3 volume bars in a row that have been much higher than the average. So that's pretty interesting. I do wonder does that indicate a breakout? I mean, usually when you see big moves on big volume, it suggests that that is the true direction that stock wants to go. Not every time, but you got three big volume days here. One of them was a big down day, and then we reversed and we had 2 big green days, 2 big green volume days. So interesting to watch what is going on with the volume and the price action there, but the pattern suggests we are heading up. So that's what I'm going to believe, because head and shoulder patterns have a very high rate of success. Okay, so that's what I've got, guys. Let me summarize it real quick for you. The 2 stocks that I am bearish on in this video are Zoom and Alibaba. I want nothing to do with them. Every other stock that I talked about in this video, I am very bullish on. NIO, Fuelcell, Pfizer, Macys, and Sirius XM. They've all got stock chart patterns on their stock charts that suggest we are heading higher. We are either already heading higher or we are about to turn up and head higher. Okay, that's what I got for this video, guys. Again, thank you so much for all the subscriptions, whatever. Like I said, hit 1,000 subs last night, already up to 1,023. It's really amazing. I'm so happy. I'm so grateful for you guys. Really love what I've been doing here. I'm having a lot of fun with it. I hope you guys have had some fun with it too. I hope you've made some money off of these videos. Not officially, for entertainment purposes only, of course, but that's what I'm here for. I tell you guys about the trades that I'm making, and I've been making some money with it. So I hope you take it as at least an idea. Put the bug in your brain that, hey, we can be making some money with these stock chart patterns. So that's all I've got for this one, guys. If you haven't yet, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment down below. I'll see you there and in the next video. Thanks, guys.